Hello friends, welcome today's lecture Influence Line Diagram. Myself Mr. Y.S. Patil, Department of Civil Engineering, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadrao. In this lecture we studied for ILD for trusses. Basically before starting the solve this ILD for truss, we know the types of trusses. Basically two types of trusses. First one is through type and second one is deck type. Through type trusses means what? Load moves along the bottom of the side, that called as through type trusses or bridges. The best example for through type is at a railway station there is a footbridge is there, and at the footbridge the truss bottom line of the truss is used as a platform. So that is called as through type trusses. And second one is deck type trusses. Deck type trusses means what? The load moves on the top of the truss. That is called as deck type truss. Basically short bridges or any plate girder is a best example for the deck type bridge. So whenever you analyze a truss for long span, so you want to calculate by using ILD method. So it is very easy method to calculate forces in the member in the trusses. Otherwise, if you calculate by using method of joint or method of section, it is much tedious method to find out the forces in the member. So if you use ILD method for analysis of the trusses, it is easy method, and this method is used for the moving load. So let us see. Basically in the truss there are four types of member, that is horizontal member, in that horizontal member top member and bottom member. Second one is a vertical and third one is a vertical and fourth one is a incline. So let us see one by one ILD for each and every member. So first we draw ILD for top part, that is U2 and U3 member. Okay. So first consider a section 1-1. This is the section 1-1. Due to this section 1-1, the truss is divided into two parts, that is right part and left part. So consider a load is on left part, means load moving at left part of L3. This is the L3. And remember that load is acting only on the joints, means whenever you consider right side left side, that load only acted on the joint. So first consider left part of the L3, means the load lies between L1 to L3. So this is the section 1, means on the left side of the section now load number of forces is reaction, that is RA, and second one is that is point load, means suppose this is up to this point load acting. So number of forces on the left side of section 1-1 is 2, that is RA and unit load, and on the right side there is only one force, that is RB and this member. Now already we know that, see here, away from origin, this is the tension nature, and towards origin it is compression. So basically taking moment about L3, so direction of the moment for RB is anti-clockwise, and length of this L3 to L7 is B. So this is the B and this is A. So this is the B. So RB into B. Direction of the moment is anti-clockwise. So I want to balance that moment. So I want to provide clockwise moment in that U2, U3. Means your U2, U3 is in compression. means that arrow head is towards the joint. So U2 U3 means that force in U2 U3 is compression. So you should, direction of the moment about L3 is, now this is the clockwise and this is the U2 U3 is a force into distance, that is vertical distance from L3 to that U2 U3 is h. So U2 U3 into h. So this is the moment about L3. So RB into B is equal to U2 U3 into h. So U2 U3 is equal to RB into B divided by h. Means whatever the force in the member U2 U3, it depend upon moment about, means that reaction RB, because B and H is a constant. So whatever the RB is there, the U2 U3 you can calculate easily. So first of all, what is RB? Already we discussed in first lecture of this ILD. RB value is 1 into A divided by L. 1 means it is a unit load. 1 means it is a unit load. So A by L and RA is equal to B by L. So put up RB value is U2 U3 is equal to, instead of RB we just put up A upon L into B upon H. So AB by LH. This is your final solution for U2 U3 when load on the left of L3. So now we consider load is on part of L3, means we consider up to this point. So this value is L1 to L3 is A, and this truss is divided by its total length is L, and that L is equal to 6 part, that is 6 L1. So L1 L2 is L1 L2 means L1 as 6 as it is 6 L1. So L is equal to 6 L1. So L1 to L3 is this L1 plus this L1. So L1 to L3 is equal to 2 L1 and L3 to L7 is 4 L1. Okay. So put up A and B value in this equation. So A is equal to 2 L1, B is equal to 4 L1 and L is equal to total span of the truss is equal to, or that truss is equal to 6 L1. So 4 L1 into 2 L1 divided by 6 L1 upon H. Simplifying this equation, we get, means 4 into 2 8, that is 6, remain as it is, 8 L1 upon 6H. So our answer is U2 U3 is 4 L1 upon 3H, and this is the in compression. Once again I repeat, means away from origin it will be tension and towards the origin it will be compression, and whatever the compression value, plot upside of the baseline, whatever the negative value or that tension value, plot the bottom side of the baseline. Understand? Okay, next. Now consider load on the right part of L3, means that load moves on the right part of L3, means now load on this portion, means right of this L3. So due to section 1 split up into two parts, that is 1 and 2, right and left. Now on the right side number of forces are 2, that is unit load and reaction RB, and on the left side there is only one reaction, that is RA. So I consider left side. Then with respect to L3, direction of the moment is for RA is clockwise. So RA into distance A, this is the A distance. Then next, this is the direction of the moment clockwise. So I want to provide anti-clockwise moment in U2 U3. Only consider just one member, U2 and U3. Okay, the direction of the moment U2 U3 with respect to L3 is now anti-clockwise, and the height, this is the U2 U3 is a force, and height of the or distance of that member from L3 is H. So U2 U3 into H. So this is a equation taking moment about L3. So U2 U3 is equal to RA into A divided by H. So we know that value of the RA is equal to B by L. RA is equal to B by L. Put up RA value, that is U2 U3 is equal to B by L into A by H. Okay. So now with respect to L3, what is the distance L1 to L3? That is 2L1. And what is the distance between L3 to L7? That is 4L1. Put up A and B value in this equation, that is 4L1 into 2L1, and total L is equal to, from means L1 to L7 is 6L1. So that is 6L1 into H is equal to, that is 8L1 by 6H. So simplifying this equation, U2 U3 is equal to 4L1 divided by 3H. Means when you, whatever you consider right part of section or left part of section, the force in the member U2 U3 is nothing to change. So U2 U3 is 4L1 upon 3H. L1 means it is a just means each segment between, or that common or constant span of the trusses. Okay. This is the U2 U3 is equal to 4L1 by 3H. And this is the nature of the, means that direction of the arrowhead is towards the origin, and we know that away from origin it will be tension, and towards origin it will be compression. Okay. So just draw compression side on the upper side of the baseline, and at mark or take a projection from that U3 line, means this is the projection, and plot this 4 by 3 L1 upon H is a factor, that is 4L1 upon 3H, it is a factor, and join by using straight line. This is the ILD for top chord U2 U3. So you can easily find out any ILD for any top chord member, means U3 U4. Suppose you want to find out U3 U4, you should take consider up to L4. So now A will be, now in this condition A will be 2L1, in that condition A will be 3L1 and B also 3L1. By using such values, that A and B, means this is the final solutions for your ILD. By using this B and A value, by varying that B and A value, you can easily find out any kind of ILD for only top chord U2 and U3, because this is a standard condition. Okay. So this is the solution for ILD at top chord U2 and U3. Once again I mentioned that nature of the force is towards the origin is compression and away from origin is tension, or in other words, arrowhead towards to each other is mentioned tension, and arrowhead away from each other is compression. So this is the solution for ILD at top chord U2 and U3. In next lecture we discuss about ILD for bottom chord. Thank you.